everybody, and welcome back to Crime in Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy edition of Crime in Sports. Can't stop. Won't stop giving you crazy stuff. We just finished up our 5-parter on Eamon McGee, the Irish boxer who that only scratches the surface because, I mean, there's so much conflict and crime and messiness. He's a lot. And then next week, we are going to start a series on Randall Woodfield, the I-5 killer. Now, we did a one-parter. We did an hour and like 30 minutes on a guy who's a serial killer. I mean, he killed a lot of people, and he's a monster. And that was like in our first year of the show.
Like
so.
Fourth episode.
Yeah, it was like 54, I want to say.
Was
episode
it?
50. Yeah, it was in the 50s, but still, that was the first year. We didn't, you know what I mean? We weren't doing kind of more long form or whatever. So this time, we're really going to get into the nuts and bolts. It's going to be disgusting, absolutely gross. So buckle up for that. Definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for Small Town Murder live shows starting up back in the fall again. A lot of them are sold out, but you can still get tickets for DC. You can get Philly. You can get Irvine Improv, and you can get Seattle. That's what we got, I think, at this point. Everything else is pretty sold out. So do that and come hang out with us and get all your merchandise. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Then bring yourself on over to Patreon. That's what you want. Patreon.com/crimeinsports, just like the name of this show. Anybody $5 a month or above, you are going to get way more than $5 worth. We'll tell you that much right now.
Right.
You are going to get immediately upon subscription hundreds and hundreds of episodes to binge on that you've never heard before, back bonus episodes, and then you get new ones every other week. One Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder, and we just say take it all. There you go. There you go. Have all of it. We're not parsing. You get this and you get that. $5. Here you go. It's like, you ever see like if you're driving in the middle of nowhere, there's like a big pile of shit that says free manure, but it's not manure. Imagine if that was something good. Yeah. Imagine if those were pizzas and it just said free pizzas, and you just walk up and take a box and walk over. That's what we got going on over there. So do that this week, which you're going to get for Patreon for Crime in Sports. We're going to talk about the Liver King. That lunatic. Basically, you could tell he wanted to be a wrestler, and he did. And he did just as much steroids. And I thought he was dead, so we'll talk about how he's still alive somehow.
So funny.
Then for Small Town Murder, we're going to just get into some weird alien stuff. We're just going to get into some strange stuff.
Can't wait.
People like who were like alien whistleblowers are getting murdered. There's all sorts of weird. So we're going to go down a conspiracy hole with these aliens, and it's going to be fun here. So that'll be a good time. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all that. And you get a shout out at the end of the show where Jimmy will say your name.
Oh, for sure.
We don't know how it'll come out or if you'll recognize it, but he'll say it, damn it. So there you go. That said, let's do this. Let's dive into our guy of the week here. He's a very recent guy, so he's a new guy because we were doing older stuff, and now we're going to do a very recent one. This is Isaiah Dwayne Buggs. Isaiah Buggs, Buggs. You ever heard of him? NFL player.
No.
Like up until I want to say like last year, pretty much. Like
Buggs,
Buggs. Isaiah Buggs, big guy. Nickname Pooh Bear.
Okay.
Now, of all we know about Winnie the Pooh Bear, he's pretty calm. He's mellow.
Yeah.
While some of the things are happening this week, I want you to keep in mind, just keep Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. Keep that in your head as it's going on.
That was the updated one, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's
that was when DuckTales was out.
Yeah, of course.
I don't remember the original Pooh Bear song.
It's probably
it feels
slow
like it
and
would have been
boring.
real slow and
Real
solemn.
Slow. Yeah, like post-war English shit. All real, with like a sad piano in the background. Some of us are dead and we have no food. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh.
All the leaves are brown. What?
Yeah.
That's California dreaming? It sounds fucking terrible.
On the song, no, they're saying all the leaves are brown here where I am.
Oh.
He's California dreaming because he's sitting in a shitty place. And then
I thought he was describing California.
No. And the sky is gray, and the sky, California
sounds
dreaming.
Great.
And then after all that, he goes and fucks his daughter for a bunch of years. That's how the song works. Because if you know anything about John
I
Phillips,
missed the whole meaning of that song. That makes it a little more dark.
it's someone sitting in Ohio somewhere wanting to go to California in the mid '60s, and be a hippie and run around and and then fuck your daughter for a long time if you're the guy who wrote and performed the song, because that's what he did. Poor Mackenzie Phillips. That book was harrowing. So
her story is crazy.
Oh man, you want to hear a story?
Yeah.
Listen to the audio book. She reads it herself too, and it's like, holy shit, what a story! What a story, Mark.
Is the other Wilson Phillips girl? Is that her? Is that her sister, China?
I don't know if that's her. Christ, I am very confused with who's a Phillips and who's a Wilson and how they all got together. I'm so confused by all of that.
I think she is, and if she is, that's fucked up, man.
All I know is it was fucked up to make the fat one wear a business suit on the beach while the other one wore a sports bra. That was just messed up.
That is not very cool.
Here's your wardrobe, ladies. Oh,
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
This is great.
It
looks like I'm going
John
to a funeral.
Phillips is her dad.
Okay, well, I wouldn't be surprised if some bad things happen to her based on what happened to poor Mackenzie there.
That is crazy. And she's got like some weird situation with her husband too. It's so crazy.
Well, think about the house they she grew up in a bad place, man.
Jesus Christ.
California dreaming. Scary.
Oh, boy.
All right, so Isaiah Buggs here. Somehow we got way off the track on before we even introduced him, really. We didn't even give him a date of birth yet, and we're already let's investigate John Phillips' daughter fucking. That seems better.
And is that the same? Is it John Phillips? Is that the same guy?
I thought so, yeah.
I think so.
Isn't it?
I don't know. What's the other girl's name?
Mackenzie?
Yeah, that is
She's
her.
one day at a time chick who, and he's the...
It might be a different dad. No, different mom, right?
Different mom, possibly, because he's the Phillips. He's the one that goes through it there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different mom than her. That's why Mackenzie Phillips looks the way she does.
That's why she looks way different than the other one.
She does.
Yeah, so they look very different. Very different looking sisters.
Yeah, China looks great. She's still fucked up. That's too bad.
I'm sure. Yeah, if that's her dad.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you later. It's crazy what she does. She was living separately from her husband, one of the Baldwin brothers, in L.A. They were living in
I heard about that.
And then they were like FaceTiming each other and putting that on the internet in the most
they're nuts.
The least couple conversation. It was crazy.
That is crazy.
And she's like incredibly religious now too.
Oh,
right,
perfect.
Moving on. Sorry.
Perfect. She's doing that.
She's
That'll fix it all. Yeah. I'll go from one crazy to the next. Perfect.
Yeah.
So Isaiah is born August 24th, 1996.
Okay.
Jesus, he's young.
Young man.
So he's a big guy too. He's going to be 6'3", 335. That is a big guy. Yeah. He's from Ruston, Louisiana. That is where he is from. That's where he's born here. It's very hard to find somehow. I don't understand how someone can be so young. Yeah. He was just born. He's not even 30 years old yet. Right. Yet somehow it's like this cloudy background on his family. And I'm like, how? It just happened. What are we talking about? Ace of Base was out when he was born. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Wu-Tang was almost releasing their second album at that point.
Pooh had an upbeat song.
Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. So we think maybe his parents are Joe and Leela Buggs, but that might not be true.
All right.
We don't know. We're not sure.
He's got parents. We know that.
He's got parents that he's spoken about and said that his mother is very important in his life and had motivated him, and he owes her a lot, but not enough to name her publicly, apparently. not enough to tell us who the fuck she is.
Yeah.
So here's what we know. This is the facts that he has given us about the Buggs family. Okay. The mother, he spoke about his mother, major influence, particularly in football somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's teaching him some stuff. Says that she made him a man, which doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
But it sounds a little creepy, but that's fine. Especially
John Phillips vibe.
Yeah, the real John Phillips. He made a man out of me. She made a man out of me. Oh, boy. And I guess he was one of I guess there's 3 brothers in the family, and he's the only one to graduate high school.
Oh.
So, yeah, he said, I guess mom didn't take as much interest in the other 2, apparently.
Evidently not.
Just him. So he said he's the youngest of 3 brothers and the only one to graduate high school and then obviously to go to college. Again,
sure.
One follows the other. He said...
I don't think there was any accepting if you didn't do the other one.
Probably not, no.
Yeah.
He said, quote, being the youngest of 3 boys, I was the only one to graduate high school and now about to graduate college. As obviously, we know when this quote came from. He said, every time I step out onto the field, it's for her, meaning his mom. He says, no matter where I'm at, she's always first. She's the first woman in my life. That's not going to change. Anything I do will be for her.
Everything I do it for you.
I do it for you. It's a song that was like 5 years old at this time.
Is that Bryan Adams?
It is.
Yeah.
It's Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So
Master Antonio's in that video.
Oh, yeah. Which was literally 5 years earlier than this guy was even born.
Than he was born, yeah.
Which is still crazy.
He's quoting it. He loves it.
He's quoting it, though. Like your love. Terrible. Fucking terrible. So,
boy, was it on every 5 minutes. Jesus.
It was on for everybody's mom to enjoy because that's all it was shit that old people liked when you were a kid.
He was genius, too, because he got play on VH1 and MTV. There's very few that could pull that.
He could. He pulled it off. Yeah.
He got both of them.
He pulled that. He sold a lot of albums, that guy.
Yeah,
he made a shitload of money.
Yeah.
What the talent to sales ratio there is might be the farthest out of whack next to Don Henley that maybe has ever existed.
Yeah. And sex appeal, too, because he's a tiny little ugly man.
He's a tiny little Canadian guy. He doesn't seem, there's not much to it at all.
No, and he crushed it.
He crushed it. It's because he's got a little bit of this in his voice.
A little bit of rasp.
That's all it is. It makes him sound like
collar in his voice.
Yeah. It's the summer of 60. Yeah, he's got that shit going. That's all he needs. He's got it. Just
blue collar city trash.
Just he's up there in his leather jacket. His voice sounds like pack and a half a day smoker probably for the last 30 years since he was about 12.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He rolled them up in his sleeves when he was a kid.
He's sucking them. Yeah.
So anyway, Isaiah says that's his family helped him out a lot, and his mom helped him out a ton. Blah blah blah, the typical thing. So he attended. And played high school football and basketball, which imagine his 335-pound ass playing basketball.
Yeah, right.
That is like, wow. Talk about a Charles Barkley ass bump. That'll
Oliver Miller,
knock your ass into the third row.
Yeah.
He played at Ruston High School in Ruston, Louisiana, where he's from. So kind of a small town guy.
Yeah.
I found there is an article here about him from the News Star on Christmas Day 2014. So it's, I guess, when he's about a senior here, and it's called The Quarterback Chaser.
Yeah.
That's the name of the article here. It says, Ruggs makes the leap into Ruston's top defender. That's literally what it said. Ruggs makes the leap into Ruston's top defender. This is terribly
so he's now the top defender.
Yes.
And he jumped. Yeah.
It took a while I had to think about it and process it a couple. They could have written that way better than that, I would say. So they're saying that Isaiah Buggs, there's been all sorts of injuries on the high school team, but not with him. He's been killing it. They said he has 102 tackles, 19 for a loss, 6 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. And, he's doing great here. He was named 2014 All-NELA Big School Defensive Player of the Year. Okay. And he says he's going to college soon, but that doesn't mean that he forgot about high school. He said, quote,
don't go thinking that L.A. means Los Angeles.
No, that is Louisiana. It's probably northeastern Louisiana, probably, or some shit. He said, quote, this is an individual award, but I know that I have coaches and people around me that are a big reason that I'm able to do this. They know what it takes to make it to the next level, and I'm going to work very hard to do that. Even though I just played my last high school game and the All-Star game, I know it's going to be a while before I get in pads again. I've got to move on academically and get ready for college ball.
Okay.
Oh, boy. They said back when he first came around to be on the team, they said they weren't sure they were even going to put him on the team.
Really?
Yeah, they said, no way, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Guy that size, I don't give a fuck if he's athletic or not.
Just stick him in there. Get in the way. Just get in the way.
For the people have to run around, and that'll give you a second or two.
Yeah, it's high school. I mean, that's crazy. The coach said right now people see Isaiah and he's a district MVP and he's all Northeast, but they don't see how he got there. It wasn't always an easy road with us, and it was a tough love relationship. That's what's so gratifying to me, is to see where he is now from where he was 2 years ago and how his attitude has changed, not only on the field but in the classroom. I guess he switched positions. He played defensive tackle as a sophomore, and I guess they moved him to defensive end, which seems like he's a little big for defensive end. He seems like a prototypical defensive tackle, 6'3", over 300 pounds, just get in the way of the run, make a guy go around you. So, but he said that that's when they switched in positions, that's when he got really good and seemed to understand the game a little bit more. Isaiah said, Coach Laird told me that I was different from everyone else, and that meant I was going to have to work harder because if they saw me do it, they would do it too, and it would make us a better team. We've been close ever since. Yeah. So, yeah, the better players on the team have to show examples, and that's pretty obvious. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if they're working hard, then what's your excuse? You suck. Yeah. You're second string, and the guy is better than you is outworking you, stupid. Can't do that. Makes sense. So he also said if you're a starter on the team, you aren't put there just to be there. It's because the coaches trust you. If I'm a starter, then it's my job to be there every day and do my job to help my teammates, and I take that very seriously. It's all I'm getting recruited to college, and I need to say real rah-rah team shit right now. So coaches don't think I have a big head, basically.
So they think I'm involved, too.
Exactly. He said there's another. He said about Kevin Carter.
Kevin.
J-E' Kevin.
I like it.
Kevin.
I'm on board.
I've certainly never heard Kevin before. I've heard a lot of different ones, but not Kevin. That's a new one.
Jadavian is pretty crazy.
That's Kevin.
Kevin.
It's Kevin. That's the part, because there's like Jamarcus, and that's fine, and there's other ones that
that's
are
Marcus,
flows.
yeah.
But Kevin, that just doesn't work. It just doesn't.
Doesn't flow as easily as Jamarcus.
No, it just doesn't work for me. He says,
I hope Kevin's better than Jamarcus was.
Yeah, let's hope for. I don't think Kevin even went as far as Jamarcus. So that's sad. About Kevin, Bug said, that's my crime partner. We're always lifting weights together and talking about the game. Let's see if that keeps up into his
Neither
later
of
years.
those are criminal behavior, sir.
No, they're not talking about the game. My crime partner. Both of us had to change up the way we play when Coach Laird got here, and we knew we had to get there, so we just worked. Okay, that's great. One of the coaches also said Isaiah had as good of a night as you could have as a defensive end one night because they won a tough game 12-7. Imagine watching a 12-7 high school football game.
Oh, that's
brutal.
That's 4 field goals, right?
Oh, that's what's or missing your extra points, which happens a lot in high school football.
Yeah, I'll bet that's what it is.
Yeah, if there's not a good kicker, you're missing a lot of extra points. So, they said that Isaiah's a good he had that night, and he said it got to a point where they were running away from him, but then you're running right at Kevin.
And Kevin's.
You don't fuck with Kevin. We all know that. We all know that.
Kevin.
No, watch out here. They said Coach Laird and I were talking about it, and I don't know if anyone realizes, but we've played games where those kids took every snap on defense. It's truly been a blessing to have them for the past 2 years. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Isaiah said everyone, because they said after all the wins and everything, he said that he'll never forget Bearcat Fridays because they're the Ruston Bearcats.
Okay, yeah.
He said everyone was into it, from the counselors, the teachers, the students. The band comes through after that pep rally at 3:25, and we just knew we had to be focused in. Just everything about playing football for Ruston was great.
Yeah.
All that sounds so foreign to me. Like to be like into a school activity and go to a pep rally at 3:25. Like I could be somewhere else. Yeah.
High school.
High school. soon as that bell rings,
I'm gone.
I'm looking for weed.
Yeah.
And somebody to try to fucking feel up. That's what I'm looking for in high school.
I was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, not much has changed.
No.
But in high school, I was screaming, "Show us your tits" at the pommies at those rallies because I was a fucking scumbag. I didn't give a fuck about the pep. I didn't care about the rally. I didn't care about the game that was tonight.
God,
I just wanted to see tits and go home.
That's it. That's what you should be interested in at 16.
Yeah.
But these people are like achievers trying to like be into stuff.
Yeah.
That wasn't
looking
us.
for
That's the
grades
problem.
and victory.
So he ends up playing, I guess he's from a small school here, so he doesn't get recruited real big. So he ends up playing in 2015 and 16 at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College.
Oh.
Football powerhouse, obviously.
Mecca.
The Mecca.
Never heard of it.
No, Gulf Coast Community College in 2015 and 16. During those 2 years, he had 134 tackles and 7.5 sacks. Seems like 2 years of community college. I feel like we could get 7.5 sacks over 2 years in a community college setting.
Yeah.
You just slipping by, popping a spin on somebody, doing it by accident once in a while. The quarterback trips over you because he's trying to avoid somebody bigger. You know what I mean?
But these are community college athletes.
That's what I mean.
And they're
You should
18.
be dominating.
I could probably push an 18-year-old around. That's
physically, yeah. With my adult muscles, as it said.
My man body.
7.5 sacks. Seems like he should have a lot more than that in 2 years of playing defensive end for community college. That's
I will
all.
toss a lineman around with my booze belly.
Yeah. But apparently he gets some attention out of this.
Yeah.
Because there's an article here saying that top JUCO, junior college, not anything else, defensive lineman Isaiah Buggs commits to Alabama over LSU.
Oh, really?
So he had the option to go to LSU or Alabama, which are obviously huge powerhouse football programs, both of them. So, that's what he's doing here. They're calling him a 4-star defensive end from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, saying that he is choosing.
That's a gem for them.
Yeah, the Crimson Tide over LSU. So he's only 280 at this point. He'll balloon up nicely later on.
But it's muscle.
He's also 20 years old. He's 6'4", 280. That's pretty big.
Pretty awesome.
So they're saying he was the ranked as the number 4 overall junior college recruit in the 247 sports composite.
Yeah.
So there's that. And they said he had 75 tackles this season, 10 for a loss with 3.5 sacks. And he released this statement. He said, LSU, thank you for giving me the opportunity to play in my home state. This decision was hard to make, but I will pursue my degree and compete for a national championship with the Alabama Crimson Tide. I just want everyone to understand how hard this decision was to make. Without having a complete coaching staff ready to roll, my family and I made the decision to sign with Alabama. They must have been in between coaches and had a new coach. Thanks for supporting my decision. Go Tigers, meaning LSU, but go in the
French way.
The Louisiana way.
Yeah.
So he announced it on Twitter here too. He had his whole thing there, and he retweeted his own thing and said, "God is good" with 3 football emojis, which is
what
that's what God's concerned about, really. Is God is good.
LSU wins or
3 footballs.
Yeah.
So weird. Oh man. So rolltide.com. Jesus Christ. Imagine the message board there.
Eesh.
Yikes. Holy shit. That's got to be a mess. Just the comments on anything put up is probably does anybody who's too into college football, I'm a little worried about them.
Any college football forum, college football Reddit, college football anything is just
They're crazy
filled with
people.
Lunatics.
This 19-year-old's a piece of shit. And it's like, hey, calm down.
It's a child, man.
Good Lord. Still filling out his pubes here. What are we talking about?
Kid's a baby. He doesn't even have any credit yet.
Wow, you're way too concerned about this shit. Yeah, it's a lot. So, they're all excited about it. They're putting it out. They're saying he's one of the top defensive players in the defensive rank, in the junior college ranks, and we're just fucking... We are over the moon, baby, about having this guy. So 2017 here with Alabama, they go 13-1 that year.
Wow.
And finish second in the second out of 130, but first in the final AP poll here.
Nice.
So, yeah, not bad at all. This is Jalen Hurts as the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And, fucking Mr. Concussion for Miami there is his backup. So,
Yeah.
this is
really? Tua?
loaded team. They got fucking Mac Jones is on the team, too.
They had Mac Jones, Tua,
and Jalen Hurts.
And Jalen Hurts.
All at the same time.
God damn.
And Jones and Tua were freshmen, and Hurts was a sophomore. So they had,
oh, wow.
time to go here. Like, when you look at their roster and they have the NFL shield next to all the guys who played, it's like most of
The
them
whole team.
on this. It's crazy. Yeah. A lot. Damian Harris, Joe Scarborough, Bo Scarborough, Joshua Jacobs, Brian Robinson Jr., Devonta Smith.
Josh Jacobs was there, too?
Yes, he was there,
God damn.
Calvin Ridley, Robert Foster,
They
Jerry
won,
Jeudy,
right?
Cam Sims, Henry Ruggs.
had to win.
Ruggs was on this team. I think they did. Yeah, I think
Bugs.
this was Ruggs. Henry Ruggs.
Oh.
That Ruggs.
That's a bad guy.
That's a different Ruggs. Very different Ruggs.
Prison
here.
Rugs.
Yeah, prison Ruggs. Herb Smith, Tyrell Shavers. Jesus, this is wild. Bradley
That's
Bozeman,
crazy.
Deontay Brown, Lester Cotton. There's so many guys. If
It's
I
gotta
read them
be
all, half the team.
If you don't compare the Miami, that's probably the best college football team ever, right?
That's pretty badass. It's not bad. They lost a game somehow. Raekwon Davis. Someone named their kid after Raekwon because they're born in like '96, and it's the same
yeah, I
spelling.
would. That's cool.
RAEK.
O-N?
Wow. WON. Yeah, Raekwon.
Dude, I would. That's so
Super
rad.
lucky they weren't a fan of the RZA. That would have been a tough name for the kid.
I can't go running a little white kid
Can't
around
do that.
named Raekwon.
Can't call him Ghostface Davis. That's not going to work very well. So we're like,
Method Man Whisman.
it's just tough. It's a tough one. So tons and tons and tons and tons of guys here.
Yeah.
God, there's another guy named Lawrence Hootie Jones. I wonder if he's... It's bad when parents are having kids in the mid-'90s. They're naming their
They're
kids
listening
wild
to
shit.
music. Yeah.
Wild shit here. So, yeah.
China
This,
Whisman.
So he started 13 games while seeing action in all 14 games during his first year there. He had 51 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 4 tackles for a loss, and tied for second on the team with 7 quarterback pressures.
Kid's good.
So not bad at all. Yeah, did pretty well. He played Florida State, Fresno State, Colorado State, Vanderbilt. Got to be able to beat Vanderbilt. Those are smart kids.
Just a bunch of nerds, like
Yeah,
golf nerds.
yeah, like engineering nerds. You should be able to
Yeah.
beat them.
Beat the shit out of them.
Ole Miss, on the other hand, they're dumb
Yeah.
as fuck. That should be a tough one.
That's gonna be a tough game.
They don't even spell old right in their fucking title, so you know that's not good.
They don't got a lot to lose.
They don't have a whole lot to
you don't
lose
want to
here.
fight those guys.
Texas
Dumb and
A&M,
ugly.
dumb and ugly. Texas A&M. We're talking about fucking a running back concerned about agriculture, which seems very. How does these A&M schools have football teams? It doesn't make any sense.
Still wearing their insemination glove.
Yeah, just dude. Imagine some fucking 5-star recruit sitting there learning about fucking how to do hay production. It just seems odd.
You can't inseminate a bull, Harvey.
Hey, listen, you don't get that bull inseminated right. You ain't starting on Saturday now. Let's go. You need to pump that semen in there, boy. Wow. Yeah, Arkansas, they played Tennessee. He has little things. He just kind of does a little
Who
bit
beat
in
'em?
every game here. It doesn't. I don't have the deal
Love to
here.
know who beat them.
Don't know, but they did win the national championship. It looks
They
like
did.
here.
They
So
had
yeah,
to,
they got that.
And I think Hurts won the Heisman, right?
that year. I'm not sure. As a sophomore, I'm not positive.
Oh, not as a sophomore. He couldn't have, right?
I don't think so. But he plays only 1 year at Alabama.
Yeah.
1 year, because he's already played 2 years, so he's technically a senior here, going into his senior year. This year he had what do you have? 51 tackles, 4 for a loss, and 1.5 sacks, like we said. And he decides he actually graduates and gets a bachelor's degree in music and business, which those two things are completely the opposite of each other. Music and business here. So he does that.
What year was that?
2017, December of 2017.
Wow.
So he graduates and is done right when he is done with football. January 11th, 2018, he announces his decision to enter the NFL draft here. He said he will not return for his senior season, and Alabama was disappointed because they needed him and he was getting better, so they were pissed off. But he said, I want to thank you for allowing me to come here and be a part of this great program. I always dreamed of winning a national championship. With that being said, I will return for my senior year to graduate and try to repeat this feeling of winning a national championship again. But then he doesn't.
Oh.
So, no, he is. Now he's saying he's going to no, he doesn't. What the fuck is he doing? No, I guess he's going to stay. He's going to stay.
Good.
He's staying. He's staying. He's doing well. So May 16, 2018, he returns to his hometown, which is always great, as we know for these athletes. It's a bad thing. But he returns to Ruston High School to give speeches and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. You
know what he's doing. Hi, look at me.
Yeah.
I'm a big man.
A big deal. Yeah.
How many of you senior girls are 18? Anybody?
You want to come home?
Anybody want to come to a party tonight?
Yeah.
It's at my house, and I'm the only guy going. What do you say? So the basketball coach at the high school said, we're ecstatic about the way these three young men have represented Ruston High School, and we wanted to take the time to let them know how proud of them we are. There's two other guys that we're not talking about, so who gives a shit? Now, Isaiah said, the side that people don't know is I wasn't supposed to graduate high school when I did. They didn't see me coming to school at 5 a.m. and staying after school so I could walk across that stage. Okay. The last thing I wanted to do was let everyone at Ruston down. Oh, don't worry, you will. Wait till the second half of this episode. And I knew when I walked across that stage, I wouldn't be a failure. All right. He said, junior college was the hardest transition of my life. To go from living off $200 and sleeping in a room with three other guys to a place like Alabama is such a blessing. A little bit different. Yeah. They don't have fucking dorms at a community college.
No.
You had to go find an apartment nearby.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Most of those people have
School's
jobs.
Out.
Yeah. School's out.
Paid
Fuck
high
off.
school. Leave.
Get out of here. Quit hanging out in the parking lot. Go. He said, I just want the young guys to know that good things can happen if you work hard and handle your business in the classroom. They can take football from you, but they can't ever take that degree.
Right.
So he comes back for 2018, and they go 14-1 that year, Alabama.
Nice.
And second in the final polling. So apparently did not win the national championship that year. Yeah, it looks like Tua was the main quarterback. I don't know what the hell Jalen Hurts was doing, but
Jalen Hurts left.
He must have
went to Oklahoma by then.
Oh, that's right. Well, they say he was 51-70, so he must have been there for a minute.
Yeah, he transferred in the middle of the season, I think, or he got hurt and then transferred the next year. I can't remember which.
That's possible. Yeah, Tua had, Jesus Christ, almost 4,000 yards and 43 touchdowns that year.
Yeah, and that was the problem there. That they had two really great quarterbacks that were fighting for time, and if you're looking to make an NFL career, you've got to be able to shine. And if you're sharing time with somebody, you can't.
They also have holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 future NFL running backs on the roster and 4 NFL wide receivers. So,
wow.
You better have those fucking numbers with that kind of shit going on.
You've got to have you're going to put those guys in the NFL if you've got Jalen Hurts and Tua back there.
Yeah, they're helping put them in the NFL. Yeah, everybody's helping each other.
No matter which one's playing, your receivers and running backs are getting their time and numbers. That's amazing.
Fuck yeah. So this year he's killing it. He earned a second-team All-America honors and also named to the All-SEC second team by both the Associated Press and the conference coaches. He led the Alabama defense in sacks. And really, really good here. He ranked 4th in the SEC in sacks with 9.5 and sacks per game at .63. I didn't know we did that stat, but okay. Mm-hmm. So, all sorts of tackles for losses and all sorts of shit here. Yeah. And he was selected as the SEC Defensive Player of the Week for his efforts against Texas A&M. Wow. He confused them by throwing out agricultural terms, and they were like, what's happening? So, he does a lot. He had huge games against Texas A&M. He had a big game against Ole Miss. He's, doing really well here, kicking some ass all the way through school. So this year, they don't win the national championship, but he has the same exact amount of tackles, by the way, 51 tackles, but this year, 14 tackles for losses and 9.5 sacks. So he just upped his stock something serious here. Now, being on a major powerhouse team and having these kind of stats and being a defensive lineman, you would imagine he would be a really hot shit commodity for the NFL draft. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
I would imagine. We have his combine numbers here, though. 40-yard dash. Now, there are no plays really where a defensive tackle is going to be running 40 yards. That's a fucked up play if that happens. It's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's like it makes no sense why they do offensive lineman 40s, because if your play calls for an offensive lineman to run 40 yards, you should redo your play, probably.
Yeah, they shouldn't be
play.
You got to. If your offensive lineman ran a great 40 yards, there's also a flag for ineligible downfield.
Blocker downfield. Yeah, that's. But this 40-yard dash is 5.15 seconds, which is terrible.
He's not fast. He's a slow man.
You never want to break 5. No one on that field should have a 5 fucking 40, no matter how big you are, because there's guys that do 4.8s that are 330 pounds. So. That's tough. Those numbers are not great when it comes to that kind of shit, which really shouldn't matter because it's football.
Right.
So what difference does that make? So anyway, they're projecting him. The Montgomery Advertiser newspaper in 2019 is projecting him as a round 4 to 7 pick. They said he's a natural run stopper, and his ability to stay around the ball and often take advantage of the pressure created by teammates could make him an ideal fit for a pass rushing interior lineman. Here is an NFL analyst on him. Quote, Buggs is a base end with interior experience thanks to Alabama's diverse personnel groupings and fronts. Buggs might be targeted as a 4-3 power end who can reduce inside as a rusher, but has the body type, play strength, and quickness to make a full-time transition to 3 technique as a 1 or 2 gapper. Let's not make it complicated for the folks at home, everybody. He will need to play with a more consistent resolve, but has the talent to become an eventual starter. Now, first round, you want a guy who can start now, pretty much, when it comes to that sort of player. So 2019 NFL draft, which just fucking happened, basically, feels like. Number 1 pick of the draft, Jimmie.
Of 19?
2019.
Is it Joe Burrow?
It is certainly not.
Oh.
You're very familiar with this person because in Arizona.
Jerry Jeudy?
It is Kyler Murray.
Oh, is it Kyler? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. A little guy. He was number 1, huh?
Number 1 overall. The Cardinals are just terrific fucking drafters, boy. They always have been.
Who could they have had?
Nick Bosa at number 2.
That's good.
Let's see here. We could have had they could have had Daniel Jones, so that's a wash, I think, there, because he's fucking a nightmare. That's a win, I think, on that one. Dwayne Haskins is not even in the league anymore. I'm looking at other first-round quarterbacks here. I think there's a lot of talent here they could have had that's turned out better than him.
Are there any quarterbacks that were better?
I'm looking quarterback-wise.
Probably not,
Well, second round, Drew Lock. That's not good.
That's not good at all.
I'm just looking for...
Denver.
Yeah, he went to Denver and didn't do anything.
He fucking ruined us for a couple seasons. I mean, Denver, they were so bad when they had
still
him.
in the league somehow. This is a terrible quarterback.
Yeah, Drew
draft.
Lock's with the Jets now, right?
I think so. This is an awful quarterback. There's like hardly any quarterbacks taken. I'm in the fucking wow. I don't see anybody of any worth of shit.
Good. Yeah,
it's a bad quarterback draft. But finally, and I mean finally, in the 6th round here, pick number 192. Into fucking Shedeur Sanders territory here.
Oh, yeah.
We got...
Mark my words, he's not going to have a career.
No?
It's going to go so bad. He's not good.
It's so hard to predict quarterbacks, though.
He is not good.
They usually have to be so fucking buttoned up and perfect on shit, though.
He's not good.
It's just I don't know. And I don't know how interested he is in...
Yeah,
it
could end up being an injury
too,
but he's not going to have a career. It's going to be shit.
I don't know. It's quarterbacks, like I said, you have no...
I'm convinced of it.
It's so fucking... Oh, I get it. It doesn't look good, but...
No. He's so
especially if they're like, oh, he could be a starter for the Browns. Is that good?
Of course it's good.
Traditionally, when has that been a good career move for anybody? Let's
There's
talk to
11
Tim Couch
teams-
and see what
yeah,
he thinks about it.
There's 11 teams in the league begging Russell Wilson to keep playing.
That's crazy. Yeah. Tiny, mediocre Russell Wilson. So what do you think? Yeah. So the Pittsburgh Steelers take Isaiah Buggs.
Really?
Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. He's going to Pittsburgh. That's right.
Okay.
So everybody's here's the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette after the draft, and they say the idea of drafting him was to get another versatile player up front who can play tackle or end in the base 3-4 defense. They said that he arrived in Pittsburgh at about 320 pounds, which was way over fucking weight. But they said after some work, he did the voluntary, the mini camps and all that shit. Yeah. He's down to 295, but they said he still has some work to do.
Yeah.
He's fat and lazy is what they're saying. So we're got to work him out a little bit. They said, one of the coaches said, if I told you what that means, I'd be telling all our competition. But he knows what we have to do, and I think he took care of part of it this offseason. That goes a long way toward getting him to where he needs to be. That was really cryptic. I have no idea there. Yeah. So they're saying hopefully he can actually make the roster, because in the sixth round, you're not guaranteed shit. So they said, though, they waived another guy with an injury, so that's going to bode well for him. He could make the team. I'm going to say it right now, Jimmy.
Here we go.
Grace. This is Grace right here. Yeah.
He's been drafted.
Well, the world is his potential. He has all the.
Yeah.
I mean, Christ, he could be Reggie White. Who knows? Anything's possible.
Yeah.
So he is going to be a member of the 2019 Pittsburgh Steelers here.
There we go.
Oh, I just remembered the old Winnie the Pooh song.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
A lot of stuff to flop, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't remember the rest of the stuff.
I don't know the
fluff
words,
and
but
stuff. I don't know.
Every little bump and then he's got no penis. Winnie the Pooh. So
Wearing a t-shirt with no pants. It's not sexual assault because there's no penis.
he's just a bear. He's got no penis. Don't worry, he won't rape your kids. Bump, bump.
Roly-poly, silly old bear. Is that how it goes? I think that's it.
Possibly. That sounds about like
silly old bear is
rumbly-tumbly.
the end of it, yeah.
That sounds right. So he's on the Steelers here. They are 8-8 this year.
Yeah.
Not terrific, obviously. A 500 year under, of course, Mike Tomlin, because he's been there since the beginning of time, I believe.
Since Bill Cowher in the fucking 90s, right? Did they have it?
Yeah,
did they have
no.
like Dick LeBeau or something before that?
No. They had, it went from Chuck fucking Knoll with those 70 Steelers team, because they came, he took over in like 69 or 68 or something. It went from him to Bill Cowher.
Really?
And the Steelers have had like fucking four
Three coaches
in
in
the last
40 years?
In the last 60 years, they've had like
God
four coaches.
damn.
All the coaches last for 20 years there. The family's conservative in how they do things, and they don't think firing a coach every time something's going on is the way to do anything.
Well, Tomlin also hasn't had anything under 500 ever.
No. I only have a shitload of fucking trophies, so it seems to be working. How many does Jacksonville have with their 4,000 coaches in fucking 30 years? So,
Cleveland.
That's what I mean.
Tampa.
I guess there's something for stability, something to be said for that. So anyway, here we go. This team here, nothing special. They're 8-8, but he played in 8 games and had 3 total tackles. So doesn't do very much this year. He's a total reserve, only in 8 games, for Christ's sake.
Situation guy.
2020, though, the Steelers go 12-4
right
that year, which is pretty goddamn good, and lose in the wild card round of the playoffs.
Yeah,
to Cleveland.
Oh, to Cleveland.
You have a 12-4 season, then lose the wild card game to Cleveland. 97% of the teams fire every fucking body involved in that.
Yeah.
And not here though. But that's how that goes. Again, this is like, these Pittsburgh teams were weird around this time. He was placed on the reserve COVID-19 list by the team on November 27th. And then activated 3 days later. He plays in 10 games. He starts a game.
That's great.
1 game here. I'm looking. What's he have? 11 tackles this year.
Okay.
No sacks. He had 1 quarterback hit. But I mean, after he already threw it. Nope. Just 1 quarterback hit. 2021 Steelers 9-7-1.
Mm-hmm.
So now
they got a tie. Yeah,
they got a tie in there, and they go to the playoffs though, and lose in the wild card round to the Chiefs.
Yeah,
that's not good at all. Now let's see what Isaiah did other than he's October 20th, 2021. He does start his crime wave right here, guys.
Yeah,
here we go, and this is some serious shit.
Kevin's with him.
Kevin in the passenger seat here for sure. This is a big one, everybody. I mean, we hate to tell you, terrible things and awful crimes, but sometimes you just have to tell all the details. He parked in a handicap zone, everybody.
What an asshole!
You monster, monster. You might have run into a place for 3 minutes and come back out. Oh, you bastard. So that is, what date is that? October 20th, 2021.
Was there a dog in the car, too?
Oh, no dog.
That's, and the windows up in August?
Just Kevin. So you got to leave the windows cracked for Kevin. I feel like that's a law in the state of Pennsylvania.
The AC's on, there's treats. Kevin is fine.
Kevin's fine out there. I left the AC on. He has a big gulp. He's doing fine. Don't worry about it. And a thing of bugles. He'll be okay. November 15th, 2021, he is, again, has a parking issue.
Uh-oh.
A lot of guys we have like, going 110 and a 60. They have, all crazy moving violation. Yeah, he just doesn't park it in the correct place ever here. He gets a ticket for illegal parking where official signs prohibit. So where it says no parking, he parked.
Right.
He feels like he's like a doctor at a hospital. He just parks.
It's a spot.
Wherever.
I'll leave it there. Yeah.
Handicap spot, no parking.
Yeah, my car.
I'm on this. But if you live in Pittsburgh and you're on the Steelers, don't you think like I'm on the Steelers?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's a small city. What more do you have than the Steelers? We're the biggest fucking thing here. Let me park where I feel like it. There's like 53 guys. We should be able to park where we want.
Whole town is painted our colors, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, everything. All the other teams have to have our colors even. We own this motherfucker.
You want to fit in around here, you've conformed to yellow and black.
I feel like just hand out 53 parking passes to these guys to just Steeler player, and you're allowed to park wherever. November 19th, 2021. So just 4 days later, after this great no parking incident, he gets another ticket for illegal parking where official signs prohibit. Isaiah, you can't park there.
He really loves no parking.
He just parks. It seems like he parks where there's no parking more than where there is parking. Doesn't make any fucking sense at all here. I don't understand it. So this year, anyway, he plays in 10 games for the Steelers.
Okay.
And starts 6 of them, actually.
Hey.
So 6 starts, not bad. 17 total tackles, no sacks. Nothing much going on, so it doesn't really produce very much. And January 8th, 2022, right after they're bounced out of the playoffs, he is released by the Steelers.
Okay.
Released. And then 9 days later, he is signed to the practice squad of the Raiders. So, Raiders practice squad.
Park anywhere you want here.
Yeah, we don't give a shit. Go ahead. July 22nd, 2022 here. So, into the training camp season, well into it. Detroit signs him.
Oh.
So, Detroit Lions here.
Already bouncing around.
Here we go. He's already bouncing around. He's a 6th round pick. So, that's what's going to happen. But the Lions think of this as a kind of a little coup to get him. You know what I mean? Because he's got some experience. He's better than drafting some other guy in the 6th round and not knowing what you have. So they say he's a true interior defender. And I guess 2 weeks earlier, they had a guy in their starting defensive line who just retired out of the blue.
Oh, no.
So they need a guy, basically, and he's got some experience. So they're like, what the hell? Why not here? So they do it. They sign him. They call him a strong, powerful player. Yes, he is. So anyway, 2022, he's on Detroit.
Yeah.
They're 9-8 because they're Detroit. And they're mediocre most of the time. That's kind of how they do things.
Until they got this Aiden character, and this kid is so fucking good.
Yeah. Well, now, too, they do all sorts of weird plays, and they're like,
gadget plays.
All sorts of weird shit like that, which is fun to watch. I don't care about that. That's cool.
Detroit's storied for having one unfucking believable player.
And not surrounding him with anybody. Anybody at all.
One guy who's maybe the best ever at what he does.
From Bobby Lane to Barry Sanders, they're not going to give you shit.
And then Megatron, and you get nothing still.
You can't even get a quarterback to get him the ball. Nothing.
Fucking
It's rough.
terrible.
Yep. So, this year, Detroit, I'm not going to go through Detroit's roster because I don't give a fuck about Detroit's roster. He played all 17 games, though, that year.
Wow.
13 starts.
Wow.
So, they have some faith in him. 46 tackles with 1 sack, 10 quarterback hits. That's starting to sound like an NFL player here.
He's doing it, yeah.
Not bad. A forced fumble,
Great.
2 passes defensed. Really
Just
good.
needs to be in Detroit, man.
That's all. Maybe he's indoors. He wanted to be indoors.
That is nice.
More of a house cat, maybe. He didn't like the cold.
I like the turf.
Yeah, well, if you're from Louisiana and you played at Alabama, you probably don't like a December Pittsburgh day that much.
Yeah.
Detroit's probably more
That's
suits
tough.
you better. That's tough, yeah. So they and then March 13th, 2023, after this season, the Lions re-signed Bugs.
Oh.
Yeah, they re-signed him. Terms not disclosed, which means he's not getting paid a whole lot.
Right.
Because if the terms are disclosed, they want to show all the other players how
Brag, yeah.
their largesse that they have here, and now they're not. So the 2023 Lions, 12-5 this year.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. This is only 2 years ago, so
Yeah. I mean, they've been pretty good for the last few years. They
have.
They just can't put it together at the end of the season, but they are very good.
This year they beat the Rams 24-23 in the wild card.
Yeah.
They beat the Buccaneers 31-23. Give it up 23 there.
And they've got Goff now, right? That's who they?
I think he went there. Yeah,
he's
for
terrific.
The Rams. For them, yeah, he's doing great.
Yeah.
He lost then they lost the conference championship in 34-31 against the Niners. So, and the Niners, of course, went on to not win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So there we go. So this year, let's see what he does. He is 10 games he plays in, only starts 3.
Okay.
Not great. Only has 12 tackles, 1 sack. Not exactly, setting the league on fire here.
Right.
So on January 2nd, 2024, and this is when they're going to the playoffs, actually. This is pre-playoffs. Mm-hmm. They cut him for the playoff run.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
That hurts.
We need to shore it all up. First of all, get rid of him. Get rid of his fat ass, first and foremost.
In the playoffs, we need to get rid of this.
Don't need him. They got him. They do that. They waive him. So then 2024, on January 4th, 2024, so 2 days later, the Kansas City Chiefs signed him to the practice squad.
Okay.
So they're going to the playoffs too. So somebody wants him for a goddamn run. They're saying at this point he's about 335 pounds.
Dang.
That is pretty goddamn big.
That's a lot of man.
That is a lot of man. So February 14th, 2024, he signs a reserve/future contract with the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that even works. A future contract? Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. But they might want to reconsider that because on May 31st, 2024, Bugs is accused of dog cruelty in Alabama.
What did he do down there?
Not good. Some dog cruelty. He's accused of animal cruelty in Tuscaloosa, expected to face misdemeanor charges. They cite a civil document here. They say that it reported there was the petition said that a dog was found left on the back porch of his home. The pit bull here was surrounded in feces with no access to food or water.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Yeah.
So the police and animal control searched the home and also found a Rottweiler mix in a metal cage without access to food or water.
God.
So they were seized, found to be malnourished, emaciated, and neglected. You piece of shit. What do you fucking...
Why do you
have
mean
to dogs
for?
for?
Take care of them.
Yeah, what the fuck do you have them for? Just to keep them in a... That's ridiculous. So the petition said the home, which investigators later learned was rented by Isaiah Bugs, appeared abandoned when police and animal control went inside. He just left his dogs behind.
Just moved out of the house and left animals there?
It's disturbing how often that happens, by the way.
Does that happen a lot?
All the fucking time.
No.
all the time. I was just reading an article the other day about these two dogs that were somebody moved out and just left their fucking dogs in an apartment. And so, yeah, they do that all the time. They figure someone will do something with them. That's unbelievable amount of scum there. And those people are just allowed to have kids, by the way. They're allowed to have kids. Think about that.
Yeah.
If I catch you doing this, immediate vasectomy. It's done.
For sure. Yeah.
Done. You're not allowed to reproduce. You can't take care of fucking dogs, which are 8% as hard to take care of as kids. So you're not allowed to have any of those.
How often does that happen?
I will tie your tubes in my driveway if I find this shit. We'll do it right outside in the front yard. I don't care. That's fucking nuts. They said the pit bull was euthanized after becoming increasingly aggressive and failing heartworm treatments at the shelter. So it was sick.
Oh, no.
The Rottweiler was alive. This is fucking horrible. Checked into the shelter at 52 pounds, this poor dog.
A Rottweiler, 50.
Scumbag. You fucking scumbag.
My Vaughn is the fattest. He is 65 pounds, and he's like half the size of a Rottweiler, but he's 65. He's a fucking...
My fucking pointer is 60 pounds. Yeah. And he's not a big dog, you know what I mean?
No.
So that is...
He's just dense.
He's just a little muscly guy, but that is crazy. Now, Bugs, quote, vehemently denies the truthfulness of the allegations against him. Mm-hmm. And they said the city of Tuscaloosa's decision to file charges was an effort to, quote, besmirch his name and reputation in an attempt to force him to close his, quote, King's Hookah Lounge business in the city. So he's saying they're trying to get him to close his hookah lounge, so they are making shit up to make him look bad publicly, so the public will want him to shut down his business too.
But
so they emaciated his dog, apparently.
Yeah, they can't say you had an emaciated dog on an abandoned property if that's not true. that's
I guess they can. They can accuse him of it, and he can fight it in court. But I mean, that seems like slander. I don't understand what kind of setup that is, though. Like, we want him to close his business. I got an idea. Okay.
But he's been charged with it, so that's not good.
That's not good at all. I would say not. So they were saying that this isn't good for the Chiefs because their receiver, Rashi Rice, I can't remember, faces 8 charges after he admitted to being the driver in a recent high-speed crash on a Texas highway. And also they had the Harrison Butker shit, just him being alive is a fucking annoyance. So, also a offensive lineman here was arrested and charged with possession of marijuana, which is ridiculous because, he was arrested in Kansas. I was like, it's legal in Missouri. What the hell's going on? But he was in Kansas. That's so stupid, man. I crossed this line. Now what I have is bad, and it was fine 5 minutes ago.
500 feet ago.
Andy Reid said, we don't want these things obviously to happen, but things do happen and you work through it. And my thing is, it's important that you learn from it and that you end it. So that's important. Well, I think he knew. Yeah, that's my son. He learns from a lot of shit. He's always learning, this guy.
Like this kid. Just always at the life books.
Always learning what different alcohols mix better together and taste good and make him think he can drive when he fucking can't.
And how fast you have to go to kill a child.
Yeah.
Scumbag.
And does Isaiah really need to learn to feed dogs? I feel like should be pretty
easy, right?
Pretty ingrained in you. Dogs need food and water and, care and, and things.
Love.
Yeah, all that stuff,
Don't give him heartworms.
No, he turns himself in on the cruelty to animal charges here and is released on a $600 bond, which doesn't seem like a lot at all. His lawyer said under no circumstances does Mr. Bugs condone the mistreatment of any animal.
Yeah.
Except his
He's
own.
Disgusted by himself.
Yeah. He said that Bugs didn't know they were still on the property. How? Wouldn't you go, where are my dogs?
It was in a cage, man.
Where are my dogs? I moved in. I see all my stuff, except I don't hear barking at all.
Right.
I don't hear claws on floors.
Where's my best friend?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I notice if I don't have my dogs. Like I would notice they're not in the house because I'm not being annoyed all the time. by them barking
There's
at
not
nothing.
a nose in your balls.
Yeah, that's fine. It's more the barking at every car that has squeaky brakes that goes by because they think it's a fucking Amazon
You rolled the
truck
joint
and they have to
real easy right now. Why was that? Why didn't a tail just
Slap it
rain
away.
weed all over the floor?
That's hilarious. That kind of shit's awesome. I like that kind of shit.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
Pain in the
how
ass.
you would know because they're right
Yeah.
up your ass all the time.
All the time. And yeah, you should know that. So he doesn't condone that. And they said that he's the target of a subversive campaign to shut down his hookah lounge.
Okay.
His lawyer does that. Then June 16th, 2024, he is arrested again. Isaiah here. He's arrested for the second time in the offseason, which isn't good. This time he is facing charges of second-degree domestic violence and burglary.
Oh.
This is way escalated from parking poorly.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
It's gotten bad. Yeah.
It's gotten to where, now he's fucking cruel to dogs and beating up women. Perfect.
Yeah.
This is going great for him. So, he was arrested for this burglary and some kind of domestic incident. And that's it. They say court records show a $5,000 bond. That's all they know. They got his mug shot out there, June 16th. So, hey, look at that. Anniversary.
Right there. Yeah.
1 year anniversary here. So June 18th here, a little more detail comes out. And the accusation is that he dragged the mother of his child down a set of stairs.
Oh, my.
Which isn't good. You don't want to do that.
No.
That was the second-degree domestic violence and burglary. I don't know if he stole something, but officers responded to the Legacy at Country Club Apartments on a domestic call. As they were headed to the call, they learned that he had fled the scene in a white Cadillac.
Oh?
So a witness who had nothing to do with any of this shit, I guess, told police that Isaiah used a tire iron to break into the unit where the mother of his child was.
What?
Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear.
Cuddly little silly old bear.
Wow. Rumbly tumbly, I guess,
Yeah.
here. The witness he was climbing in a honey tree is what he was doing. He's like, I brought a tire iron to do this. I can't get up there. He dragged her down the stairs, the witness said, which caused her to sustain scratch marks and lose several clip-on toenails. I give up. I give up. It specifically says it caused her to sustain scratch marks to her wrist and lose several clip-on toenails.
Toenails.
Clip-on. Do we need to list this as a malady? Let's
She
stick
was
to physical
really trying
injuries
to hang on.
with everything she had. So he left the scene. The witness later showed police a video of Bugs at the apartment doing these things. That'll do it.
Yeah.
So he is denying everything, obviously. So that was what day was that? June 18th.
Yeah.
Then June 24th, he's arrested for domestic violence on Father's Day. That is just that's America right there.
Yeah.
This nation, that's what this is built on. Domestic violence on Father's Day. Pooh Bear.
That is a day that will make you lose your fucking mind with frustration if you're looking for a day of like being taken care of.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
it's not
no,
going to
you're not.
happen.
No,
Nobody
it's
gives
not.
a shit.
No one cares about you at all. No. What did I do yesterday? A bunch of shit I didn't feel like doing. That's what I did yesterday.
I sat in a chair all day
That sounds amazing.
and then saw a movie with my daughter.
See, that's perfect. That's great.
Pretty good day.
I had to go to a gathering. I didn't feel like going. Not
Nobody
that I didn't
was
want to
even
go,
here.
but I was just lazy.
I was
that
alone.
sounds great.
All day.
That sounds fucking. That's what a father wants. Shut the fuck up for 5 minutes and
Everybody
leave us
leave.
alone. Everybody leave and let us just sit here and maybe take a nap, possibly. That's what we want. That's it.
I was up at 7 a.m. making coffee. I did go see my dad for a minute because he's dying.
Yeah, you gotta do
and
that.
you gotta see him off.
That's why I went
you
to
gotta
see my
him on
dad
his
and my
last
brother.
Father's Day.
Yeah, that's probably good to do.
Probably not the worst thing I did.
No.
And then I sat in a chair and fucking did nothing, and then went and saw live action How to Train Your Dragon, and it was fine.
What a fucking
Pretty good day.
banner day at the old Whisman household there.
Apart from watching a man rot right in front of my eyes,
That's rough. Yeah.
that's fucked up.
Oh, so the basically the details are coming out here that when he did this with his mother of his child, it was 5:30 in the morning, by the way.
What?
That is crazy.
You consider that the Saturday before, right? You don't
I
consider
think
that
so.
Father's Day.
No one busts in your house at 5:30 a.m. except the DEA. Those are the only people that do that. No one else should be coming to your house at 5:30 a.m. to do anything. So he got inside, went after the woman, and wounded her, obviously, in the wrist and toenail area.
Yeah.
Areas.
The wrist and toenails.
Those two areas. That is, dragged her down the steps. Then I guess it took her this long. By the time she got to the bottom of the steps, she said she's going to call police, and that's when he left. Like he didn't think that was going to be the outcome of what happened. That's wild. So when officers from the Tuscaloosa Police Department headed to the address, on the way there, they saw Bugs actually.
Oh, yeah?
Standing next to a car in a Little Caesars parking lot.
Uh-oh. We've heard of those places as being bad.
Oh, that's not
that was
great.
Pizza Hut.
That was Pizza Hut. But here too, you'll just Little Caesars is a good place to stop to wait to be arrested, though. It really is. It's a good place for it. So one of the officers stopped so they could detain him, while another went to assist the victim. So he was booked into jail and placed on a 24-hour domestic violence hold, mandatory deal, released on $5,000 bond, and then, after taking the animal cruelty case into consideration, it was decided his bond would be revoked, and that's when he got arrested again.
Yeah.
Because they went and picked him up. They said, never mind, we're keeping you here. So it's kind of rough. Then, that same exact day, an article says the Kansas City Chiefs will be releasing defensive lineman Isaiah Buggs. Not having a good day here. Not having a good day. So he's in bad shape at this point. This is not wonderful here, obviously. Also, the thing that we're going to find that's odd is they're going to take the animal cruelty charges seemingly way more serious than the domestic violence charges, which I find. Which I find
in the post event haze of what they've seen of domestic violence in Kansas City. Perhaps take that a little more serious.
And the NFL and everything else. It's pretty fucking interesting. So he's kind of fucked here because now he has, if you beat up women, you have one large group of people mad at you.
Yeah.
If you fuck with animals, you have a completely different giant group of people. Yeah. If you fuck with both of those things, you have two very large, very angry groups of people at you. It's not good for him. He doesn't know what to do with himself at this point. He's got to fucking go into hiding, change his name, lose 100 pounds. Do something. He needs help, and he's got nowhere to go. He's just sitting in his house. There's nothing to do. And then there's a knock at the door.
Oh, boy.
And maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe someone can help him. And you know who it is? It's Vince McMahon.
Oh.
The CEO or whatever the fuck he is anymore of WWE. And he says... How is it you've come to arrive here? Yeah. You don't understand, Isaiah. It's perfect. It's perfect. You don't need to be a football player. You got to go out there, show your face. This is ridiculous. Here's what we're going to do. You're huge, okay? Yeah. I say I'd like a little more vascularity. Some veins popping out. But it's okay. It's okay. We're going to be okay. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's your character.
Here it is.
Pooh Bear. That's your character now. That's it. We're gonna put a yellow mask on your head, right? And it's gonna be amazing. No one will even know it's you under there. It's gonna be like when Ghostface Killer was in Wu-Tang when they came out and he had warrants. It's the same thing. Oh,
MF Doom.
Oh, Isaiah, we're gonna do that. I have another guy. He's 450, much bigger. We're gonna team you together.
Yeah.
We're gonna team you together as the Pooh Bears. It's gonna be incredible. Pooh Bear 1 and Pooh Bear 2.
The Poohs.
You're going to be 2 because you're smaller. I'm sorry. You're going to be Pooh 2 is what you are. So Pooh number 2. I understand that doesn't sound great, okay? I get it, but I think it's going to work out for you. He's listening. I'll tell you what, he's paying attention. And before he knows it, though, poof, in a cloud of 1099s and lawsuits.
Yeah.
He's gone, and Isaiah's still bad. Now he's back to square one. He doesn't know what to do with himself here. So he is going to go to court here, and he's going to be sentenced on this because he is going to plead guilty. Apparently, he's not going to be allowed to be around firearms or own dogs or cats.
Or cats.
Or can't even have a cat. Okay. That's pretty good here. I like that. That's not bad. He, by the way, he had a $1,292,500 contract with the Chiefs when they cut him. So that wasn't smart.
Right?
It's not bad. I mean, for a 6th-round pick who's barely on the team.
I suppose, yeah.
It's not bad. So he is going to be sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off. He's convicted on 2 counts of misdemeanor animal cruelty, and he is sentenced to a year of hard labor.
What?
That'll drop some pounds off
Wait,
again.
What?
A year of hard
we
labor.
Have that?
Yes, we do. Ordering him to serve 60 days, and the rest would be suspended for 2 years, quote, pending the behavior of the defendant. So if he fucks up again, they can go grab him, throw him back out in the field or whatever the fuck they do there. So not allowed to own firearms, dogs, cats, ugats. He's got nothing. He says he's going to appeal.
Right.
This is crazy. He said, this is ridiculous.
Hard labor.
I'm not hearing a lot of shit about that domestic violence, though. I'm hearing a lot of
what is
hard
the lady lost toenails.
I don't understand it. Yeah, she's picking up Lee press-on toenails all over the place.
It's crazy.
So the animal cruelty charges, this is fucking ridiculous or crazy. I don't know if it's ridiculous, but April 16th, 2025.
Yeah.
Just happened. Cruelty charges against him are dropped.
Oh.
Following discovery of a crucial phone call clearing his name. This is crazy.
Oh, maybe he told somebody to get his dogs and they didn't do it?
Well, here, let's talk about it. I'm going to read the article. In a lengthy turn of events, animal cruelty charges against former Alabama lineman Isaiah Buggs have been dropped after a man came forward claiming he was responsible for not taking care of 2 dogs that were found starving and malnourished. Okay, now, let's be, I mean, come on here. Someone's already been sentenced. No one's coming forward out of their own conscience to do this.
Yeah. What if somebody's lawyer said, if you can find somebody to take the rap for you?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So this is ridiculous. So the court order comes a day after attorneys provide the court with evidence they claimed would clear his name, specifically a recorded phone call between Buggs, a man named Otis Lee, and an unidentified woman. According to the court records, Lee admitted that he was supposed to take care of Buggs' dog while he was away. The phone call includes the following statements. This is Buggs. I gave Otis 3 responsibilities: take care of the dogs, take care of the house, make sure the house was straight. That sounds like 2 responsibilities.
Yeah.
That's not 3.
Make sure it's straight. Oh, in case it turns gay on him?
Yeah, you never know.
What is he doing?
It was starting to get a little curious, so they had to really... I mean, it made out with one of its friends at college. Yeah. Made out with one of its friends at college. You know, it was a wild night, and they don't know how they're feeling. They have ambiguous sexual feelings at this point. They're not sure what's going on. The house might be by at this point. We're not positive. So they said... he said to make sure the house was straight. Did you do that to your fullest ability? And Otis said, no, I didn't. So he's this giant guy who thinks he's going to be in the NFL and has, probably a couple of bucks or more than Otis, probably at least.
Yeah.
And he records a phone call with him where he said, you're going to admit to what you did, basically, Otis, which I don't trust any of this shit. This is
what DMX did, and we know that DMX was crooked as fuck about it. He was
totally.
He super had dogs at his place.
Didn't you do this right?
Right.
Okay. So Buggs' lawyers claimed that Otis here said he had run from the situation because he panicked when he found out how much time was involved. So he just ran away and didn't do anything. Yeah. Now, Buggs' attorney said that following the following June, Buggs had been arrested and charged with domestic violence and burglary, which caused him to be put in jail for 32 days while his bond was revoked. Yeah. Also said that Buggs' time at the Tuscaloosa County Jail, he was forced to have gallbladder surgery where he lost between 30 to 40 pounds during his recovery. Uh-huh. Well, I mean, that's probably good. You're 330, for Christ's sake. With the animal cruelty case still in court and not wishing to go through a trial, Bugs decided to plead not guilty and accept a sentence, like an Alford plea, so he could appeal the conviction. They said due to the statute of limitations, Otis Lee would not face any charges. So think about what happens here.
Whoa.
I'm off the hook and you're not on it. So what is there to lose to pay your friend $1,000 to say he did it?
Right.
He doesn't have any. You ever hear of Otis Lee? He doesn't have any reputation.
Never heard
The
of
Chiefs aren't trying to sign him.
No.
That is fucking wild,
Yeah.
dude.
And
That
he did
is-
it.
Wow, man. And he says in a statement, this is Bugs, we are grateful to the Tuscaloosa County District Attorney's Office for its careful review of the facts and evidence and for working toward a fair and just outcome. I'm focusing on moving forward and continuing my football career. Well, you've got the domestic violence pedigree for it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you're right there.
So his domestic violence case is also closed after he pleads guilty to a lesser charge of criminal trespass, which is way different than burglary and domestic violence.
That's standing around the liquor store and not paying for anything.
That is fucking wild, man.
That's not dragging a woman down the stairs at cost of Lee press
criminal
on,
trespass.
for Christ's sake. Yeah, that's nuts.
Jesus, that's nothing. So here's an Instagram post following the charges being cleared, and all up here, and it's him with his look like a daughter.
Yeah.
Here he is. He's got a chair.
What does she say?
And he's got a
Oh yeah. Oh God
little
damn,
throne.
he's big.
He's a big motherfucker. He's
Holy
got
fuck.
a national championship deal there. He's a big guy.
That's a big ring.
He's a real big guy there, and he's got his daughter there, and that's nice. Anyway, so I mean, he's got a kid. He's got all this stuff. He wants to be. The fact that he's like, this guy did it, and I just took the rap. He pled guilty, for Christ's sake. I just took the rap.
My daughter.
I'm just so innocent. That's the thing. I mean, really, honestly, if you think about it and all this, I mean, sure, the dogs were malnourished and one of them was euthanized and all that. I'm really the victim here.
I am.
That's what he's saying.
It's
It's really,
heartworms.
it's really me that's the victim here. I mean, you should feel sorry for me, honestly.
Right.
And maybe we do feel sorry, but not nearly as sorry as we feel for Isaiah Bugs.
Oh.
Everything the same. Stock boy at Shoe Palace.
Oh yeah, in the mall.
Definitely feel bad for him. He's working at a mall shoe store, and he's got the same name as this asshole.
Where they sell like gangster. It's the craziest place.
Yeah.
There's one in Phoenix. Oh boy, it's crazy.
It's an interesting store.
They have like fucking Scarface shirts, like golf
it's
shirts,
a lot.
and it's got like shitty, tacky Scarface, like shit themed like movies all over them.
Definitely a lot of ugly, busy shit going on.
Very
in there.
loud shit.
And also here we have Isaiah Bugg, B-U-G-G.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough. He's an MBA and chief executive officer at Bug Eyes LLC in Chicago, which is very clever. It's a Chicago-based educational services company specializing in academic intervention, which our guy I don't think would ever do. April 16th, 2025, he is a free agent, but he wants to return to the NFL. Yeah. And his lawyers releases a statement saying, "Hey, he's a honeypot. This guy, you should be fucking signing him. He's totally innocent.
He's an angel."
They said the cruelty to dogs charges filed against Isaiah Buggs in May 2024 were dismissed with prejudice today on motion of the Tuscaloosa County District Attorney's Office. In its motion to dismiss the dog cruelty charges, the state noted that it was presented with evidence from defense attorney Greg Gambrill that exonerated Mr. Buggs. This follows last month's reduction of domestic violence and burglary charges against him. That was part of a plea agreement where he agreed to plead guilty to misdemeanor criminal trespass, a charge that more accurately reflects the nature of the incident. You broke in with a tire iron and dragged a woman down the stairs. How is that criminal trespassing?
Beat her in the wrists and Lee press-ons.
Bitch, I'm taking your toenails. They belong to me. That is wild. The resolution of these matters brings closure to all criminal proceedings involving Mr. Buggs. He said that in 2024, he entered a stipulate and appeal arrangement where the district attorney, with the district attorney's office regarding the dog cruelty charges in court, which the charges were initially brought. This decision was strictly procedural, as it allowed Isaiah to secure his release from custody and obtain medical care following emergency gallbladder removal surgery while he was in jail. Isaiah immediately took steps to appeal the case to circuit court, where the matter would be tried in front of a jury if need be. They said, we're grateful that they reviewed the facts now, and obviously this poor bastard is all better now. So on May 1st, 2025, he's not really all that radioactive. A football team wants to sign him.
Yeah.
A football team does sign him.
Oh, which one?
One you've never heard of. The San Antonio Brahmas of the UFL signed him.
Oh, no.
So now he's going to play in front of dozens of people, which is really exciting.
Tens of fans.
Tens of fans. To go from Alabama, which is a crazy football environment. Those people are rabid. Every seat is sold for decades. To Pittsburgh, where those people, I mean, it's Pittsburgh. They have nothing else in their lives there. That's it. So
they got that and a marathon
bridges.
downtown.
A marathon that traps us in hotels downtown. So they don't have a lot. That's their, and then going to the San Antonio Brahmas.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's brutal. So that's where he signs. They sign him to a deal, I guess. I don't fucking know what they're doing here. It's going to be hot there too. God damn.
Yeah.
San Antonio's hot.
Sure
He's
is.
real hot. So he's still playing. They said he's earned approximately $5.45 million in his career. Yeah. According to sporttrack.com. And so they estimate his net worth to be around $4 million, which is bullshit.
Come on.
If he's made 5.45, there's no way he has most of that still, including agents' fees and taxes and all that shit. And I doubt that, sir. So if you can't get enough of Isaiah Buggs, get his card here. We have a 2019 Panini Contenders Isaiah Buggs playoff ticket rookie autographed card here.
Yeah.
$29.97.
Okay.
$29 and a 2019 Leaf autograph Isaiah Buggs card in his Alabama uniform here. $9.99. $9.99. So there's Isaiah Buggs, but that's not the end of this episode here, because we also have a couple of quick updates.
Hey, let's do
to let you in on here. And we understand neither of these are BJ Penn, which we're going to do something with BJ Penn. We did an episode on him, but he has gone bonkers batshit crazy in the last few months. I mean, holy shit, saying his family's been replaced by clones and shit. His brain damage is on a whole other level that we might need to do a Patreon for. But let's talk about Greg Hardy a little bit here. Remember him? This fucking complete tub of shit asshole.
Nelly ruined his life.
He did. We decided that Nelly ruined his life. But, I mean, was accused of, like, slamming his fucking girlfriend's head in the toilet and all this crazy shit.
All over Nelly.
He's a monster. Well, Nelly will do that to a man. That's the thing. That's how it is.
Take
So he's like, I don't want to take a ride with you. I hate you. New details in the arrest of former Carolina Panthers star Greg Hardy surfaced in the days after he was charged with assault that revealed an alleged altercation between the former NFL player and his girlfriend over cheating accusations. Fox News Digital obtained an arrest report from the Richardson Police Department that detailed the events of the alleged assault, which seemingly began when Hardy and his girlfriend were on their way home from the park on Wednesday.
Oh, my
And that's
God.
not a bar. They went to the park.
The park where there's swings and shit.
Where there's swings, where it's free, because this guy hasn't had a fucking paying job in a long time, other than being beaten up by fucking UFC fighters. According to the woman, she spoke to Hardy once their children were in bed and began to question him, quote, about a woman she believed he was cheating on her with.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, she put the kids to bed and was like, I got to ask you something.
I looked in your phone.
Uh-oh. Wondering why you seemed a little subdued at the park. The alleged victim in the case, who has not been identified, told law enforcement she had previously seen messages between Hardy and this person and, quote, wanted to see if he would lie. Mm-hmm. She knew the answer, but asked him the question. That's one thing. Women a lot of times are like prosecutors, where
I already know this answer. Here's the question.
They're not asking you the question because they're curious about the answer. No. They know the answer, and they want to see if you'll lie about it. Make it worse.
They want you to incriminate yourself.
That's right. The argument escalated when the woman, too bad you can't do like court shit in real life. Like you can't be in your bedroom after she put your kids to bed and be like, I take the fifth. You can't can't ask me anything about that. I already pled the Fifth Amendment, so I don't know what to tell you. Said that this woman claimed that Hardy pushed her, quote, with both of his hands on her chest. And he's a big fucking guy.
Yeah.
Real big. After she would not move out of his way. That's when he did that. So then, according to the report, Hardy allegedly got on top of the woman who'd fallen on the bed and held her down with one of his hands around her neck.
Oh, boy.
Now, the problem for Greg Hardy is this goes right in line with every other thing that he's ever been accused of.
He's done.
This sounds a lot like Greg Hardy. It just does. This is his jam. The woman said she did not lose consciousness and that her breathing was not restricted. She then admitted to kicking Hardy, which prompted him to leave. Well, if someone has knocked you down and choked you, I think kicking is warranted at that point.
Certainly.
Another officer made contact with Hardy, who had driven off. He told law enforcement that the argument began over a dispute over text messages.
Yeah.
Yep, and escalated when the woman, quote, got too close to his face and started poking him in the forehead with her. We're all watching this shit play out. With her index finger.
He likes trouble broads.
Yeah. Well, they like him.
Yeah.
Chaos attracts chaos, man. And this is chaos. They both need to. So all this chaos, there needs to be a codependent in here somewhere, or else it's just chaos on chaos, and that's terrifying. So he said he moved, quote, moved the woman out of his way and placed her on the bed by grabbing his arms. I'm sure it was very gentle. Sure, he picked her up lovingly like a bride being carried across the threshold in the 50s. I'm sure that's how it was. And he laid her down gently. Then he asked her if he could get her anything. Some tea.
Rub your feet.
Rub your feet. Anything, really. I just want to help. He denied that anything else happened at all. According to the arrest report, the officer speaking to the woman observed scratches and redness on her arms that were consistent with a physical altercation. They did not note anything visible on him. So he was arrested and charged with causing bodily injury to a family member, which I don't know if he's married to her or what, but that's what happened, which that would they didn't identify her, but then she's a family member. So, and she's concerned about him cheating. So it's not his sister probably. So
I know who it is.
I think you just identified her. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Accidentally, you outed her. So June 7th, 2025. So very recently,
yesterday.
9 days ago. Pac-Man Jones arrested for the fourth time in 4 years. Again, we did a Pac-Man update a couple months ago where he was being arrested a bunch more.
He had it together for a minute. He was he was
on shows and
main face on a show. Yeah, he was a big deal there for a second. Like just a happy story, happy ending to a tumultuous life. And no, Pac-Man gonna Pac-Man.
Adam, dude, Pac-Man needs booze is his problem. All of these are alcohol-related problems is his issue. Pac-Man needs to stop fucking drinking.
Yeah,
listen,
I mean, where does he live? Isn't weed legal? Just have a joint, weed. Pac-Man.
Covington, Kentucky. So Cincinnati, Kentucky. Nope. Ohio's legal. Kentucky's.
Go over that border.
Nothing's legal in Kentucky except for Jesus and fucking fracking, I think, is the only two things that are legal in Kentucky. Everything else is illegal. Oh, and high-capacity magazines, I'm sure, are fine. Fracking and, So he needs to stop. I've never in my entire life said this to anyone or even thought it, but Pac-Man, you need to find Jesus, I think. I think Jesus would help you. I'm going to go ahead and say find Jesus Christ, I think.
But it's
like
crazy,
I said,
too, because he's
bad
such a
idea
good
for
guy.
everyone else on earth. But
he adopted children of a dead guy and and is raising them, too.
But then he got drunk and fucking... His whole thing is booze.
Afro-Man song, but he gets drunk.
And then I got drunk. And then I drank
and
more.
I got drunk.
And then I hit a cop. That's because he seems like to be a good guy until alcohol comes into the mix. And then he goes fucking bonkers. Like he can't control himself. So he is arrested after being charged with alcohol intoxication in a public place, disorderly conduct. How many times has this been? This is every time.
It's all the time.
And assault of a police or probation officer as well. He's only 41.
Pac-Man is only 41 years
only
old?
41 years old.
He is younger than me by far.
That is disturbing.
What is
not?
happening?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He was booked just before 2 a.m., which again is Pac-Man's time, as he likes to call it, and later posted a $10,000 bond and was released by 11:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Saturday marked at least the fourth time he's been arrested since 2021 and is the third consecutive year that he's been booked on public intoxication charges.
Jesus.
Stop drinking. He pled no contest in 2021 to misdemeanor assault charges for an altercation at a Cincinnati bar and served 18 days in jail. In 2023, he was taken off a flight, which we talked about, and was later charged with alcohol intoxication, disorderly conduct, and terroristic threatening. Then he was...
I'll blow this motherfucker up.
I think anything, even if you threaten to punch somebody, when it's on a plane, it's a terrorist thing, I think
anything on the plane that you're going to do that's going to affect anybody else.
Listen, if you fart more than once on the plane, I think you should be taken off and charged with terroristic
activities. I think it should be legal to punch people in the fucking face that do that. Go to the bathroom like a fucking adult, you psychopath.
Like a human person.
You dirtbag.
It's just like, well, we're all close together. No one's going to know who did it. It's like,
those seats should alarm when methane is in them.
Yeah, they should be like dye in a pool that kids piss in. You know what I mean? That's what it should be like. Like, oh no, what happened? And a seat starts lighting up with a siren.
Shit.
So he was also arrested in 2024 for public intoxication and assaulting a peace officer while attending the Jake Paul Mike Tyson boxing event.
Nice.
If we remember that. So for something that wasn't even worth going to, that fucking guy got arrested that day. So that's not great. So there we go. There's Isaiah Bugs. Yeah. And also a couple of updates that we have there. And we just wanted to do a nice, quick hit, you know, modern day, real easy going one here because we're going to get into so much murder.
It's going to be deep. Yeah.
It's just rape and murder for the whole thing. He played football. We'll talk about him for a minute playing in college and stuff. But I mean, this will be a few parts, and sports is going to be about 15 minutes of it, really, probably. It's going to be all crime and all weird, creepy, disgusting serial killer shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's the I-5, and Rule wrote a book on him, for Christ's sake. That's a bad sign for a person.
Right.
Once Anne Rule writes about you, check it out.
Yeah, when she starts writing about you, it's a problem.
Yeah, you need to fucking give up at that point. So there we go. Do that. Definitely, if you enjoy this story or any of the stories you've heard on this show, get on whatever app you're listening on and give us 5 stars. It takes, 10 seconds, and it really helps drive us up the charts. It just helps us as a show. So be a pal and do that for us. Thank you so much for doing that. Those who have, definitely you want to head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. All your merchandise is there, everything from skateboards to shower curtains. You can't beat it. Any kind of phrase you want on there for all 3 shows, by the way, Your Stupid Opinion, Small Town Murder, and of course, Crime and Sports. And get your tickets for live shows for Small Town Murder. They're starting up in the fall. A lot of them are selling out and are sold out. So Philly has tickets in December. DC has tickets that same weekend. We have November. We have Seattle that has some tickets. And then I believe we have some left in Irvine, but not many. So
like 12. It's very
That's what I mean. If you want to go, get them now. So do that. And it's a comedy club. So that's not we don't really play comedy clubs, but
it's pretty big. It's so cool. It's a
cool place.
Such a great improv.
It's a fun joint. So come check us out.
That's a Sunday night, right?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I'm not positive.
I don't know.
Is it Saturday? Do we do San Diego Saturday and then there Sunday?
I think. I think
we have a day off.
I think we go Friday and Sunday. Yeah, I think that's.
So we have a day off.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like
California, man.
That's what I'm saying. We'll get some fucking dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna have a party. Let's go to the beach and smoke some weed. Yeah, this is gonna be excellent. Yeah. All right then.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. So get your tickets for that. Not the weed smoking beach party, but the show part of it. Do that.
The weed smoking beach party is sold out. It's only
That's sold out. It's 2 tickets and we got them already. Sorry about that. It's a very small venue.
Waited in line. We camped out for these.
We bought them, sold them out, man.
Yeah.
Bought them all out. So shutupandgivememurder.com is that. You definitely want Patreon. Telling you, if you even remotely like what we're doing here, you're going to fucking love Patreon.
You'll like it, yeah.
It's balls out, and it's a good time here.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/crime in sports, just like the show. Anybody $5 a month or above, you are going to get a lot. First of all, hundreds and hundreds of bonus episodes you've never heard of that you're going to get all at once to binge on however you like. And then you get new ones every other week. One crime in sports, one small town murder, and God damn it, you get it all. This week, we're going to talk about the Liver King for crime and sports, this lunatic that they did the documentary on, and got a lot of background info on him, and just a tool, a real tool. And then for small town murder, we are going to dive into some alien stuff and some conspiracy stuff and what people thought about aliens in like the 40s and what they think about them now, and then some conspiracy rabbit hole stuff about people who are like UFO whistleblowers being murdered left and right. It seems like too many to be coincidence. Let's get weird, everybody.
Should I get high about this?
Yes. All of us should get high for this. This is going to be...
I'm going to get so paranoid.
Two dudes just going down an alien rabbit hole and making a lot of jokes along the way. So it's going to be a fucking ball. We can't wait to do it. So patreon.com/crime in sports. And you get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now, as a matter of fact. Jimmie, hit me with the names of the people who would never, ever, ever leave our dogs emaciated and rip our toenails off, our press-on toenails. Jimmie, hit me with them right fucking now.
This week's executive producers are Elena Zamel, Gary Howard, thank you. Isabella Gill, who is this? Janice Hill, Ryan Paxton, Sadie Lanthier Hardy, Anthony Ayarza, Richard Dowd, Hank, Haley, and Timmy. Thank you all so much for what you're doing. You're amazing. Other producers this week are Liz Vasquez, Peyton Meadows, Anita Dick and me, James. It's probably a person.
Wow.
I'm sure.
Legit
it's a real name. Happy Hour
should have thought more before they named him.
Happy Hour was in Eloy, Arizona. God damn.
Wow.
I hope you made it out. Jesus.
My condolences for
it's a bad place.
Driving by Eloy.
Wally Strickland. And happy birthday, Cassie Wright's husband, Garrett.
Happy birthday.
I imagine it's Garrett Wright. Happy birthday, Garrett. Good for you. Larry Abercrombie. Shannon with no last name. Brian Murray. Allie with no last name. Jackson Brooks. Michael Bremser. Carrie West. Victoria Amundsen. Sharon Jazzman, Terry Ellis, Samantha Foltz, Kenneth Tierney, Thomas Rutherford, Ryan Stiles. Oh, is it that one? Probably not. He's amazing, though. That would be great.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Rissa with no last name, Shirley with no last name, Jennifer Roper, Widge with no last name, Bobcat with no last name, Crystal Zimmerman, Christiane, Stilson, Kelby Marsh, Alicia Kruger, Fallon with no last name, Don Guthrie, Lacey Angevini, Ali Bahu, Sheila Sapienza, Terry Wozniak, Mr. Scooter Smith, the tripod cat. He's got 3 legs, James.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus. Good for you, Scooter. Clay with no last name. Give Scooter a hug for me, whoever's got that cat. Kelly Jo May, whisper in that cat's ear, this is from Whisman. Make it real weird. Rowena Queen Anne. Chris with no last name. Deb with no last name. Emily Ann. Shelby Hooper. Jessica with no last name. J.H. Tesla Nicole. Judy Rode. Amy Duplessis. Lane Vendicel.
One of those.
Yeah. Kenzie with no last name. Kaylee Tenjin, Alyssa Finch, KC, Benjamin Swan,
Punjamin Swan.
Sean with no last name, Samantha Spear, Jennifer Barton, Dorothy Katz, Rick Mazingo, Natasha Rustling Parsons, Roosling perhaps, Paul Long, Catherine Tucker, Sharon with no last name, Christopher Carmona, Jennifer P., Brad Sewell, Amy Stewart, Juan Esquivel, Heather Wong, Jonathan Brady, Sam Hunter, Michael Subject, Erica with no last name, Brian McKean, Melissa Lodholm, Lodum, Damon Hansen, Kevin Brookins, DeKevin, what was his name?
Kevin.
Kyla McDonald.
Sports reference.
Hannah Clevenger, Stephanie Long, Stefani perhaps, Victor Mancia, Nicole Geringer, Icy Blue, Jessica LaFave, Sonja Schweiter, Schweifler? That is a brutal last name to try to say.
That is a tough one.
Is there an L? It is Schweifler. Alexandria Renkin. Jessica with no last name. Amber Daly. Amanda Redact. Michael. Nope, that's Michelle. Cotton. Yonji Hong. Mike with no last name. Kim Surratt. Melinda Burke. Lindsay with no last name. Maria with no last name. Sue with no last name. Gabriella Gerardo. Nancy Cooser. Pigeon Couture. Holly Sullivan. That's gross. What? Pigeon Couture. What are you wearing? This is Pigeon. It's Couture.
It's lovely. Don't get too close. It smells funny, but still, it's beautiful.
It still has bugs in it. Holly Sullivan. Corey with no last
mites
name.
in it.
Mites and lice. Tyler Laws. Ebony Miranda. If that's really somebody's fucking name, that's crazy.
Sorry. Yeah.
Who would name their
you're
kid
wrong.
Pigeon?
Yeah, we're not sorry. You got named that. Blame your parents. Don't fucking talk to us about
Paul
it.
Thompson. Kathy loves Jimmie. Tiffany Woolfolk. Melissa Mylisa Miller. It's got to be Melissa. Mylisa? No.
My Lisa. It's a my Lisa.
Karen McGuire, Sylvain LeBlond, Terry Owens, Megan with no last name, Ryan Christie, Danielle Nava, Shana O'Donnell, Big J Swift, Eric with no last name, Brian Gandara, Colleen Overby, Emily Kaiser, Kelly Barnes, Melanie McCarroll, Lisa Flan, Kathy Brown, Lydia the Librarian, Laura Harrison, Amy Hamill, Jerica Hopkins, Cicely
Nice.
Waters, Jules Burney, Danny Galuzzo, Kenan Kells. Is that right? Khalees? Is that Kells? Did I do two L's? What did I do?
What did I do?
Jamie Simpson, Katie Reimer, Courtney Watson, Lynn's Priest, Vanda with no last name, James Sumison, Jennifer Vertone, Craig with no last name, Kevin Rosenacker, Murphy Parker, Nicole with no last name, Addie McLean, Jane Kendall, Josh Ellenberg, Julia with no last name, Faith Kovacs, Amber Shannon, Yvette with no last name, Kim Tinker, Sydney Taylor, Diane Daggs, Sherry Kimball, Chuck with no last name, Emily McGee, Ainsley McPherson, Jennifer Rush, CCBBSS2, River Devlin, Colin Riley, Martha Penny, Don Walker, Robin with no last name.
Hey.
Jeff
Very different from
Jones.
Ruben.
I almost called Jeff Jones Jennifer Jones.
Close.
All right. Lachlan Hodge, Jana English, Ethan Pack, Jolene Hargrave, Jenna Jones. There's Jenna Jones.
There's
That's
Jenna.
why-
She's there now.
How did I do that?
I think you knew. You had written it down.
Six
so
words down. Lexi
Yeah.
with no last name. Necro. Gross. Ace Finch. Mary with an I. No last name. Becky Stewart. Heath Roberson. There's no T. Kat Anuber. Jean or Jeanne
Kat Anuber.
Fontaine. Jessica with no last name. Lydia Colness. Eileen with no last name. Kelsey. Maybe it's Kelsey. Martin. Michael Martin.
Kelsey.
Oh. Matt Sonashvili. What?
Whoa.
Matt Sonashvili. Michael, that's a crazy last name. Sarah
That's a good
King,
one.
Nikki with no last name. Wyatt Lopez, Vivek Dandekar, Jada Brown, Janelle with no last name. Rachel Fleming, Michael Genera. What? Dr. Alfred Moore
Lost
Jr.
there.
Good for you, Dr. Alfred.
Hey.
Amy with no last name. J.D. Pye, SKMF, Sarah F., Hanu Havisto, Lindsay Kartz, Lisa Dutzman, Tacey, not Tracy, Tacey with no last name. F. Cuff, Miranda with no last name. Leo Bryan, Rory Karth, Clever Girl JP, Sherry with no last name, or Cherry, Kelly with no last name, Kimberly S., Cammie Smith, Corey Aldridge, Kelly with no last name, SDK, Kelly Cottle, Kevin McAndrew, Sasha with no last name, Stacey Rebman, Kathy Phipps, Heitch with no last name, Terrace Weber, ATF Special Agent, Gabe Itches.
Okay.
Gay bitches, James.
Yes, I think
Gay
that's.
bitches.
I think
All right.
I gleaned that from the.
I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
Lucius
know what that is.
Talavera, Will Nasso, Maggie Salem, Jenny Cook, Courtney
for
Plaucha,
it.
Crystal McGill, they fucking wanted it. Monica Rosen, Jen Arnott, Ashley Rose, Nikki
R2.
Enix, Heather Allen, Harris Potts. What, Ashley Rose? Yeah.
Are not.
Oh,
R2.
Arnott. Okay.
Just arguing.
Harris Potts, David Michael, Ellen Whaler, S. Clark, Lizzie MC, Matthew Hattersley, Eric Selover, Rebecca O'Connor, Shanna R., Michael Peck, the Pecker, Princilla,
What?
Tiffany, the Pecker. It's the Pecker, Michael Peck.
The Pecker. Oh, I love it.
Tiffany Ice, Misty Johnson, Sarah Imperato, Matthew Johnston, Kevin Brown, Marianne D'Antonio, Scout Master Denny, obviously, Jesse Piper, Heather McGarra, you know these people, Hope Gatto, Chris Oliver, Elise
usual.
Palmer, Rachel Chiramata Taro. What is this?
Everyone knows these
Chiaramatero.
Wow, nice. That sounds longer than mine. Enjoy.
Paul Lopez, Carissa Comer, Connie, obviously with no last name, Brad, we don't even have to give a last name. You know who they are. J. Allen Foster, Jacob Kennedy, Douglas Post, Jamie Anderson, Stephen Brayley, Sam Cook, obviously, Tara C., Samantha McCormick, Lisa Howard, Melissa Karash, Maximilian, Sam Craman, Megan Stroud, Darnell Cox, Jamie Kakach, Karen with a Y, Kevin with no last name, Kat Meow, Cameron Rance, Echo Lamb, Amanda Smith, Sarah Harris. What about Claire Elliott? Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everybody, so much from the bottom of our fucking hearts. We appreciate all that you do for us, honestly. Thank you so much. And by the way, we've been asked a lot, we are working on an ad-free option.
Yeah.
You know, some people are, we want the ad-free. We'd love you to have the ad-free. So we're working on a way to do that. Give us a few weeks. Let us try to figure it out. We'll come up with something. Trust us. So we'll do that. Keep coming back and hanging out with us time after time. You want to follow us on social media. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com has drop-down menus. Take you everywhere you want to go. So for myself and Jimmie and Winnie the Pooh Bear and, of course, the infamous Kevin, live from the Crime and Sports Studios, we will see you next week.
Bye.